Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Wednesday Wind Down, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm so excited. It is 5:30 on a Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you guys. It's 5:30 somewhere. I'm Natasha McCrae. I am the founder of Love CEO Institute. I am your Love CEO, and I coach strong women how to promote themselves from love employee to love CEO. And I'm really excited to be here to talk to you today. I'm talking to you today about the 5 steps to building your love life. It's going to be jam-packed. I hope you got your notepad. And I'm going to talk about some things that may otherwise, you might not have ever thought about putting these together when it comes to your love life. I would love to know who's tuning in, where you're tuning in from. Also, heads up for right now is I am doing my one-woman show. We are about 48 hours away from that. For those of you who have not got your tickets, you can go to bit.ly. Let me make sure I'm getting this in there. bit.ly EVOLA 2020 and get your ticket to the show. A lot of people have gotten their tickets. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you. Hey, Samara. Hey, Miss Tina. It's been a while. It's nice to see you on here. Who else is there? Lucy, New York, Detroit in the house. I love hearing where everyone's tuning in from. I'm excited to have people tuning in to watch my show from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. So I just want to give you the love and let you know I appreciate each and every one of you who have gotten a ticket. I'll be doing a talk back after that show. I bear all in that show, and that show is what created this business, Love CEO Institute. So let's dive in about the 5 steps to building your love life. First, let's identify what love life is. Let us talk about that. In my practice, love life is a very well-rounded look at your life. Most of the time we compartmentalize when we talk about love life. And that's not how I look at it. Love life is self-love. Then you're living your best life. You love the life that you are living. That looks like career, your home environment, all of the main boxes that you need to tick: career, home environment, friends, social. And then we move into romantic love. So in that cycle, that is how we build love at Love CEO Institute. And when you build love in that way, you have much more of a solid foundation when it comes to love. So when I talk about building your love life, I am thinking about you as the whole woman, your entire world, because we know that our worlds are not just a man. We know that. We can say that. However, we also want to make sure that when we are looking to attract the person into our life that we want to love or want to love us, we also want to make sure that the other aspects of our life are in order. And if you build your love life with this foundation, then you will have less challenges when you do get into a relationship. Because if you've started building a relationship, building a romantic relationship without that foundation, you'll be in that relationship and 9 times out of 10, you'll lose yourself. You won't really know what to expect. You'll accept the unacceptable. So let's talk about how you can build the foundation of your love life. Yes, so Kay says she's got her tickets. I'm nervous how to log on. Okay, you know what? If you go to Yapsity, I'll send you an email, Kay. We can talk about it on the girlfriend chat tonight because I'm not a part of the technical aspect, but I'll make sure you get that information. Hey, Wendy. I know, Wendy, you're traveling. Let us know where you're tuning in from. All right. So step number one, you guys know, y'all know me. Y'all heard me say this, but step number 1 is self-love, self-care. Self-care is just an extension of self-love. When I talk about self-love, it is so important that this is the foundation of you building your love life. And the reason why is because, oh, thank you, Christy. The reason why is because if you have not built that self-love foundation when you're building your love life, you're going to just, you know what? I lost my train of thought. if you're not building your foundation, I think I was just looking at my best friend saying she's excited to see the show again. And I was like, oh, she got her ticket. That's exactly what happened. If you're not building that strong foundation of self-love, then you're gonna lose yourself. You'll lose yourself, and you'll start to attract things into your life from a place of scarcity. Because when you've built up self-love lays that foundation for you to be the person, you and God, who takes care of all your basic needs. And if you haven't done that, if you haven't taken a deep dive into who you are, what your needs are, what your desires are, then what's going to happen is you're going to start looking at people as filling a gap in your life. You're like, do you have it? Do you have it? You will begin to suck people dry. And it may not look like that. And we don't ever want to say we look like that as ladies, as strong women. But I will tell you this, you will begin to attract the wrong job, career, even if you are becoming an entrepreneur. When you become an entrepreneur, and if you have not tapped into self-love, self-care, you will be jacked up. I have my notes here, you guys, just so you know. I want to make sure that you understand that step one is self-love. It is that self-care aspect. Like I said before, self-care is just an extension of self-love. It is an expression of self-love, because we can say self-love and be like, yeah, so I love myself. But how are you showing it to yourself? As just the same way if you were in a relationship. Step number two, knowing your zone of genius. So as I was talking about that cycle, that self-love cycle, and then you come into loving your life, I'm gonna call that the living your best life prong, and on that cycle, or spoke on the wheel. And when you are knowing what your zone of genius is, that really, oh, thank you so much, Wendy. Yeah, Wendy's saying she struggled with that for years. But when you know what your zone of genius is, that sets you up to do the things that you love more often throughout the day. A lot of times, if you don't know your zone of genius, let's say you spend 8-10 hours working, okay? 4 to 8 in my world, but 8 to 10 hours working, which is the average person, when they work, that's what they're doing. And if you're not flowing in your zone, that's eating away at your spirit. That's eating away at your soul. That is not conducive to building your best life, to designing the life that you want. And when you identify that, it's when you're in that sweet spot. It's when you can do things and they happen a lot easier for you. Not saying there aren't challenges and you don't have to put in a little extra work, but when you're flowing in your zone. And you may not have used that terminology or that wording, but when you're flowing, and it just seems like, yeah, things are coming your way. People are handing things to you that you've been wanting. And that works in business and in relationships. I think about in my marriage, flowing in the zone. My zone is doing finances. At first I wanted to push against that, but I'm flowing in that. It's not anything that I don't like. I know what I'm doing. I'm keeping track of like that Excel sheet, and I know what's going on. That's flowing. So if you know how to flow in your zone of genius, that's going to work in your relationships with your friends, in career relationships, in your relationship with yourself as an entrepreneur. Because when you think about being an entrepreneur, you want to think about being a CEO and not an employee. And if you're not flowing in your zone of genius, you might be being an employee all day long. So that's step number two, knowing your zone of genius. That's laying the foundation of love. Okay. So let me see what the comments are saying. I'm just learning how to do this self-love thing now. It's amazing. I get it now. I'm so much more happier and I can enjoy my partner more. Yes. Yes, I was doing what others wanted and I was not happy. I was not functioning in a happy place. Yeah. And and this is so important when we're building our love life. Because our love life, it's like we want love to just like come out of our pores. I know, that's my love dance. Come out of our pores. We really want love to just ooze from us. And then we become this magnet for more love. Like the response that we have from the people in our life, the response from maybe people that you are looking to be in relationships, people see it. They want to have a piece of that. And if you're not flowing in your zone, you probably stank boo-boo kitty all day, or by the time you finish your day, you're like, don't even look at me. Give me my bottle of wine and Lovecraft and keep it moving, So the step number 3 is to create the vision. This is something that I put in and a big, huge part in my business is we do a vision board event every year. I'm going to be doing a virtual one in December, so you guys stay tuned. But think about your love life. Have you ever did a vision board or a vision statement? If you're not into getting all the pictures and all of that together, writing a vision statement. Your vision statement is as if you were writing a script for your life. What do you want it to look like? This is one of the hardest things that I run into with high-powered women or just women in general. The minute I say, what do you want? A lot of people be like, I want a relationship, but I don't want to deal with no this and that. That's the vision you have for a relationship. And that's probably why you keep getting what you're getting. You're getting with the, I don't want to deal with that. So let us talk about what is it that you want your love life to look like. What do you want it to look like? How do you want it to feel? How do you want to wake up in the morning? How do you want people to respond to you? How often do you want this person to call you? How often do you want to do date nights? What do you want it to look like? What are the date nights what do you want date nights to look like? What do you want traveling to look like? What do you want your home that you guys are going to have together to look like? What do you want your babies to look like? Write the vision. That is step 3, is creating that vision for your life. That's so important and the reason why I do self-love and zone of genius first is because there's this thing with energy. If you're in a stank mindset, y'all, I be trying to find my words, but that's what I be looking for, boo-boo kitty and stank mindset. If you're in a stank mindset and you set a goal in that stanky mindset, that goal is going to have a little bit of that residue on it, y'all. So that's why when you're building your love life, self-love, feeling good, taking care of yourself, okay, you're feeling good. You freed your mind now. Then you move into asking the questions. What is my zone of genius? Then you're flowing in that and you're feeling good. Now that you're feeling good, you write the vision. You create the vision. That's step 3. Step 4, mastering that mindset, honey. Step 4 for building your most beautiful love life is mastering your mindset. And sometimes mindset is thrown around, but I'm going to say it this way. When you're mastering the mindset, when I'm working with clients, we've set goals and then I'll ask the question before we assign the action items, before we get off the phone. All right, what's your go-to scapegoat? What's the thing that you lean into on the challenge? What's the challenge that could potentially hold you back with this vision? When I looked at my life, what was the challenge that could potentially hold me back with the vision I have for my love life? Not trusting men. Every guy I was ever with cheated on me up until the age of 33. Every last one of them. So I knew that mindset, thinking that was, men's behavior. That was me. I had to check that mindset. Me thinking that I wouldn't be able to build career and have a healthy relationship. I had to check that mindset. So you have to start asking yourself these questions. After you look at that vision, what is it that could potentially hold me back from this vision? What is the mindset? What are the thoughts and your behaviors and your bad habits that will hold you back? So shifting your mindset, and that one that may take a little while, and you have to be open and willing. You have to be open and willing. Okay, let's see what the comments are saying. Love that. Creative vision. I thought about sketching my dream man. Yes, Lucy, sketch him, honey. Wendy, yeah. Oh, yes, Wendy, you were the one who told me that you did that. That is so wonderful. Wendy's laughing at me saying stank. Hey, that's what it is, a stank. So let's talk about number 5. Step number 5. So you have self-love, you're doing your self-care, you got your zone of genius, you've created your vision, you're working on your mindset. Step 5 is that you're going to have to be willing to collect data and respond accordingly. Willing to collect data and respond accordingly. So now that you've laid the foundation, you know what your challenges are. Step number 5, if I simplify that, is being willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to dive in. So let's say if it's in business, you need to be willing to dive in. Let's say if it's in relationship, you have to be willing to open yourself up for love, collect data, and respond accordingly. A lot of times when we're thinking about dating or thinking about getting into a relationship, we're like, I'm just gonna get in and let's see if this guy likes me, and am I all this person for this person to love me? And no, you go into it. You've done the work. You know you are who you are. You know what you're looking for. You know what's acceptable and unacceptable because you've been doing all of the work, the mindset, the self-love, the self-care, the zone of genius. You've been doing all of that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go into situations collecting data and responding accordingly. Take these 5 steps and repeat. You have to think repeat. This is not just a destination type of step process. It's not just a destination. It is you go through these steps and you repeat, because you're going to go through different stages in your life, different growth spurts in your business, things that will be calling more of you, taking more of you, and you'll have to readjust. What does my self-love, self-care look like in this new time for myself? What is my zone of genius now that I'm delegating to other people? What is really now so you'll take these 5 steps and repeat. That is how you build your love life. I guarantee you do these steps, you will build the love life that you want. This is exactly what I take my clients through. Some people hear the stuff that I say tonight, say today, you guys start doing the work, but there's some people who are going to want help with that. You're going to want to stay on track. You're going to want to be around like-minded individuals. You're going to want that extra boost when you are feeling like you can't take it anymore and you're losing hope. That is what Love CEO Institute is for. This is why I come on my Wednesday wine downs. Ain't even drank my wine yet, y'all. I want to make sure that you know you have, when you're ready, you have a place to come. You reach out to me, you can get a consult, you can DM myself and Jessica, but this is the 5 steps to building your love life. You don't have to do them all right now, but tonight I want to know, what is the one area that you are going to dive into for yourself? You're going to be at different stages of the game, but what is something that resonated with you? I would love to know it. Leave it in the comments. I would love to know what you're going to get off of here tonight. And you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to think about that. Or I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to do that. I would love to know. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. And then do not forget to get your tickets. I want everyone who hears my voice is traveling across the world into the ethernets, on these intranet streets, to get a ticket to my one-woman show. Get that ticket. It's at 7 o'clock on Friday. You can go to bit.ly/EVOLA and get your EVOLA 2020. I'm putting it in here, 2020, and get your ticket. All right, so that's all I got for y'all. I'm getting ready for my girlfriend's chat. I would love to know what your number 1 takeaway is from tonight. Hit me up. Do it in the comments. I want to see the comments come through before I jump off of here. Also, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, I'm not seeing any new comments coming through. Let me make sure I'm getting them on my, let's see. I'm going to see if I get any comments. Girlfriend's chat, is it private? Yeah, girlfriend's chat is on Zoom, Wendy. I think you might be getting the link. You signed up for it before. You should get the link. It's on Zoom. It's private. It's, I think, probably about an average of 8 to 10 of us jump on every Wednesday at 6. Every Wednesday at 6. I'm just going to let the time go. Oh, whoop. Christy, that's so funny. Christy popped up. My girl, I was going to look on my thing and my girlfriend popped up. I just love the self-love thing, finally understanding. I'm so glad. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Look. Okay, I know I'm tripping. I'm so tripping. I'm just not jumping off. Y'all, I love y'all. Tiffany said create a vision. That's something that's standing out. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I will be doing the vision event. It's a vision board. I'm calling it a vision board event, but it's really vision mastery event. It's going to be like a 2-day for a couple of hours. Yeah. Hey, Giselle. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to jump off, but those are the 5 steps. I'll go through them real quick, just as a recap. I was trying to blend like 4 words together in that. Step 1 is self-love, self-care. Step 2, knowing your zone of genius. That's once you've laid the foundation of love, self-love. Step 3, create the vision boards, vision statement. Step 4, mastering your mindset, looking at the obstacles that are holding you back. That's real talk right there. That is the main reason I did my one-woman show, because I had to figure out love and I had to go back. So y'all see me going back to like all the way to when I was 15, 16 in these stories that I tell. Mastering the mindset. So the obstacles that are holding you back, that's like a deeper sense of self-awareness. But the very first step that you did allows you to dive into that. And then being willing to collect the data and respond accordingly. That means repeat. That means, collecting the data on what type of, careers and your businesses that you want to do, the things that hold you back on a regular, collecting the data on the dates that you're going on. Dates are collecting data. I think people get a misconception. That's a whole nother live, y'all. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, so collect the data. And I'm going to go. I'm about to get on the girlfriend's chat. I love you guys. I will see you here next week. And y'all, thank you for inviting me into your living room on Friday at 7 p.m. I am beyond stoked about being able to bring this story to you. And I want you to share it with as many people as you can. I am so excited to be doing this worldwide. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.